Hi guys, Wern here, Vaping Wern, and I'm back after what seems to be way too long. So long, in fact, that YouTube tells me I haven't been online for 2 years. Can you imagine that? Um, well, first and foremost, sorry for the absence. I'm here today to record a video vlog, and as video vlogs go, I use this opportunity to sort of talk about some light things, give you some announcements, tell you what I have upcoming in the weeks to come, and also to give you some of my thoughts, have a discussion about some of the things which are going on in the vape sphere, to add on my own input to that. What can I say, right? I mean, that's the way life goes. When you think you're on a roll, suddenly a wrench gets thrown into the machine and puts everything on hold. And pretty much that's what happened to me 2 years ago. Um, the channel was doing well, the store was doing well, and all of a sudden, a whole shit ton of life commitments just started piling on. I had to make some priority shifts. Unfortunately, this channel was one of the things that had to go, but it was always in a hiatus. So it was never over per se, right? Okay, so now that we're done with the sappy stuff, let's get to business. A couple of announcements to make. First announcement, I guess I already made that. It's this new space. This is going to be the new Vaping One HQ, a space which I can work out from, which I'll be doing all my videos and reviews from. I've got a very nice desk here now, a very wide desk, no more on my small cramped up computer desk. I've got huge walls, which I will be slowly decorating with vape paraphernalia, posters, and all that good stuff. So if you have anything you'd like to see at the back, let me know. Yes, I've got all my gear here. Hopefully, that rack will grow in time. Second announcement, I'm also very excited to say that this time I'm back with a vape sponsor. I know that vape sponsors are usually reserved for professional cloud chasers, pro call builders, and I'm really happy and I'm humbled at the same time that somebody thought that someone like me, a YouTube or rather an online reviewer, should be sponsored. So from here on, I will be working very closely with one of the largest vape distributors in Malaysia, Vapers Union. They have a great retail store, they have a great distribution service, and they bring in tons of liquids, tons of gear, tons of eddies, tons of mods, and they will be making them available to me for review. But I want to stress and emphasize that this sort of sponsorship deal doesn't or really won't affect my opinion on things. If there's one thing that I've tried to keep consistent on the channel all this while, is that everything that I say on the channel is what I feel, what I think. So if something is bad, you know that I don't hold back and I call it what it is. Right? So don't let this sponsorship sort of let you think that I've sold out or that I'm only going to be pushing up positive reviews from here on. That's definitely not the case. As part of this so-called partnership, I will also be helping Vapers Union to produce some digital content on their channels. Vapers Union can be found on Facebook. You'll be facebook.com/Vapers Union. So check them out if you're in Malaysia. They've got a great sort of social media presence. They're also on Instagram, and they've always have promotions going on in their retail outlets throughout the weeks or the months, right? Now, I guess that sorts of wraps it up for my announcements for now. Let's get on to the next section where we take a look at some of the new gear that's coming to Vaping One HQ, right? Okay, one of the newest gear to drop by HQ is this, the Le Zephyr. Let's see if we can focus. The Zephyr. Technically, it's not new. It was released earlier this year, but a good friend of mine has agreed to lend me his unit just to do a quick review. a quick build. I tried to do a build on tape earlier today, but it's been so long that I just couldn't get used to the camera angles and all that. Plus, the Zephyr isn't really the easiest tank to build. But here it is. Let's take a quick vape. It is one of the more interesting tanks of the year. Um, in essence, it is a Genesis, but it has a very unique UTEM sort of airflow direction thingy going on. Tons of airflow options. But the weirdest thing for me is that for a Genesis, it has a bloody big sort of wick hole. The wick hole measures 4.2 mm, and for Jennies, that is really unheard of. You usually get 1 mm, 1.5 mm holes. So this is a 4.2 mil wick hole, and in essence, that means you're never gonna get dry hit, no matter how badly you set it up. So yeah, that was the first item that's come in, the Zephyr. Now, what else? The INX MK3. If you are on my Facebook page, then you would have seen the sort of build, step-by-step build photo gallery that I put up. I'm not going to do a video for this because, quite honestly, it's pretty much highlighted all there in the pictures. Not difficult to caught at all. The negative screw bit, this bit down here, might throw you off a bit at first. Let's try and get that focus. Right, that turning bit. Only because it's unfamiliar territory to Jenny users. There is no negative screw. They're actually utilizing a nut, yeah, to lock it down, and it's very similar to what you get on the INX atomizer, I'm told. Good vape overall. Tons of airflow options as well. I personally like this one. The it's a bit childish, but it's the Triforce airflow. Let's find it there. Let's put that up there. Can you see this? The webcam isn't, I think it's out of practice as well. But basically, it's the triangle shaped airflow. I find that very nice to use. Good balance between airflow and flavor. So yeah, that's the INX MK3. I also have the nipple dripper, the nipple RDA dripper. Haven't had much success with this just yet. Easy to build, no doubt. Tons of airflow. It looks really nice, but I'm struggling to find any flavor with this dripper. The reason I bought it was because over the past months, I've started getting into squonking. And I wanted to use this with my Quadra Slim. But really after 2 or 3 weeks, I just can't really get along with it. So not that great for me. There is one more thing. And it's this box. Like I mentioned, I'm quite into squonking these days, and this box is supposed to be something special. It doesn't belong to me, it belongs to a good friend, but he gave me first dibs on this box to sort of play around with, to review, because he knew I was going to start my channel back again, right? So thank you very much, you know who you are. Basically, this is the RSS Mods Musa, yeah, and it comes in this very nice sort of plywood box with a very classy sort of wax seal on it. It's serial number 15. I got this last week, but until now I haven't opened it because I wanted to sort of share the first glance experience with you guys. I know that it's stab wood. I know that it's reddish in color. Truth be told, I'm not a fan of stab wood. I'm a bigger fan of natural wood, like this, stuff like this. So don't hold it against me if I don't seem superly enthusiastic looking at stab wood. But hey, let's give it a shot. Drum roll, please. Unboxing the Musa for the first time. So the cover slides off very well. The first thing you get is this sort of manual. Let's pick this up. Wow. What does it say? Descriptions: RSS mod Squong Moose. M-U-S-E. Maybe not Musa, it's Moose. Squong Moose is a handmade, powered by Evolve GNA 40 chip, 8650 battery, contains a 6 ml juice bottle. Positive contact is in brass, where else the negative one is a full brass cap. The 510 connector is in 304 SS and H62 brass. So I'm guessing the pin is a brass pin, the connector is a stainless steel connector, and the fire button is in SS2A. That doesn't mean much to me. I guess just that it's a softer grade of SS, easier to cut. The components have been turned on a lathe by a craftsman to adapt each of them into a box design and to its small dimensions. So basically, they're saying that all the parts have been handmade or hand-lathed. The Musa has been patiently assembled with extreme care to offer you, we hope, the best vape experience. They're really building up the expectations there. They go through a whole paragraph that talks about the types of wood and all that. Let's not go there. There are some photos here to show you what to expect. These photos are all in crazy colors. So personally, not really a fan of that. Let's see. There's another paper. And this is a suggestions for use. Blah blah blah. Please don't put your battery in backwards. Please be sure the O-ring is positioned well. Blah 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 blah. Okay, pretty standard stuff. But it's nice to see that a model is actually putting instructions in their package. Overall, very nicely packaged. And in the box, you get foam. It's covered with a cloth, shrouded in mystery. And there's another bottle there. So, moment of truth, let's take it out and have a look. So, unwrapping it. Wow. Now this is the Musa, or Moose. Very nice sort of red stab wood body. That's stabilized or hybrid with some blue resin. I'd say maybe 85% of the body is wood, 15% is resin. I don't dislike stab wood for being stab wood. I dislike hybrid wood very much because I don't like these resin parts. But to each his own, right? To each his own. The top cap, they're using I think this is the Fat Daddy, the new Fat Daddy bottom feeder top cap. As you can see, there's the O-ring there. And this should be an adjustable pin. Let's give it a try. Yep, it's an adjustable. Well, no, it's not. It's a press fit pin. You have to find out how to bring that up later. A very nice button. Wow, this button is nice. Nice and clicky. It's protruding the body, but it's very nice and clicky. That's what I like. Two seemingly sort of custom tactile up and down adjustment buttons here. And the screen is in the middle. Now, if you look at the shape, it looks this way. So there's the tube for the battery. There's a tube for the tube for the battery, the tube for the juice bottle, and then a protruding part on top. That's where they house the chip. Let's put that side by side with SVA. It's a bit shorter than SVA. Fine. But it's a bit thicker than SVA. And that's because of the protruding part over here, right? Very nice hand feel. You sort of tube build of it, lets your fingers rest inside. Good for a right-handed vape. For left-handed, not so much. I'm a left-hander, so when I hold it this way, this is how it looks. Still quite ergonomic, I guess. Index finger firing, fourth finger squonking. This isn't using a super soft bottle, so it's kind of tough to press, but I guess with juice it'll be good. Just a light tap will be enough to send the juice up. Let's see what's like at the bottom. So unlike the SVA, where you have a door to access the bottle and the battery, this one has two sort of battery caps made of brass, like what they say in the manual, but they're also layered with some stab wood, the similar sort of stab wood, hybrid wood that the rest of the box is made from. Very smooth threads, very nice, very smooth threads. Let's throw a battery in. Let's throw a battery in and see how it goes. Now, I don't want to fry this before I start it, so I want to make sure that it's in the right way. Does it say what's what? Doesn't tell you about the battery orientation, so let's just go positive in. Now there is no sort of secondary layer of adjustment. It's all done through here. So I hope that this one goes in nice and well. Some batteries are longer than others, right? Some are shorter. If it's shorter, no issue, but if it's longer, forget it. It screws in, not flush, but it screws in. Batteries in the right way. Now the other cap. Let's see what's that's like. Okay, the other cap. Take it off. Yep, very smooth. How would the juice bottle come out? Oh, that's a really tight fit. Right. Okay, so when the juice bottle comes out, the sort of 510 pin is not fixed. It slots in here, and when it slots in there, it slots in here too. So your sort of adjustment is done by the tube. Something I haven't seen yet. So far, mine have all been, those type of double-notched adjustments. Very clever, very clever. Now, let's fill it up. Have a squonk. What should I vape? Let's go with some of this inner vape General Custard. Let's give it a go. I really should clean the bottle first, but who's got time for that? Okay, so filled in some of that. Let's put this in. Double capped. Let's put this back in. Okay. Close this up. I've got to say the threading is very nice. The threading is very, very nice. It's very smooth and buttery. And what the hell, right? Let's go with the nipple. So, protruding pin, let's just push that down. Screw on the atomizer, and it should self-adjust. Test fire. Yep, working well. Let's tweak the temperature. I'm running this on an SSV titanium coil. SSV titanium. And a quick tip, if you're running SSV titanium in temperature mode on DNA, on the DNA mod, you want to set your temperature at 100 degrees Fahrenheit lower than you would. So since you don't have the TCR adjustment here, if you would normally set it at 420, you should set it at 320 here. So I'm told. So let's give that a squonk first. Okay, squonk, squonk. Yep. Test fire. Oops, it's locked. Okay, let's give it a vape. The feeling in my left hand is a bit awkward because I guess I lose out on the ergonomic part here, right? The button is very nicely placed. It's very nice to press. It's very clicky and very smooth. I guess for lefty it's alright. Then I can just prime the core with my thumb. The cutout is very nicely sized. It's much bigger than the cutout on the SVA. So let's take another vape. Let's try it on this hand instead. Well, actually, yeah, it works. It works. It won't be comfortable to index vape of fire with the index finger in the left hand, but on the right hand it's perfect. Another thing, the sort of up-down buttons are opposite. The up is on the left, the down is on the right. Actually, the more that I hold it, the more that I feel that it's fine, whether it's left or right. I guess it's the rounded edges that makes your finger wrap around it. That gives it more of the sort of ergonomic feel. Okay, I've spotted one flaw already, and that's this little gap right here. Let's see, let's block that out and focus. Yeah, right here. There's a gap in the wood. Not good. Not too bad, but not good. Got it? First impressions, right? Alright, perfect. Now let me just put this all away and we will get to the third section. The third section. Okay, so we've done our announcements. We've talked about new gear. So it's time to end sort of this video blog with some of my thoughts about some of the current issues in the vape scene, which don't really sit well with me. If you've been vaping for a while and you are a member of some of the vape groups out there on Facebook, then the term vape drama wouldn't be new to you. Whether it's cloud chasers versus flavor chasers, whether it's pro modders, anti modders, whether it's pro flipping, anti flipping, join any sort of Facebook vape group, Facebook vape forum, visit any vape related website, and you would very easily or very quickly be engulfed in articles or comments or discussions that surround vape drama. To me, it's just part of the community. It's just part of a niche which we are all in. And in my opinion, vape drama is primarily fueled by emotions, right? When you are very passionate about a topic, you have very strong opinions about something. Uh, and when you are very strongly opinionated about something, you will not be open to what other people have to say. If you are a cloud chaser at heart, you'll get very offended when you see someone running an Atty with a 1 mm air hole. To you, that doesn't make sense because that is not what you do. And the same applies when you are a flavor chaser, when you enjoy tight draws, when you have a different vape style, when that's what you like, and you just can't fathom why someone would be running their mod at 200 watts pulling through a 5 mm hole. And in my opinion, that's perfectly fine. It's this sort of passion that fuels innovation. It's this passion that fuels discussion. It's this passion that fuels exploration. Um, Without it, vaping would be so much more boring. Um, I know that a lot of group admins are struggling because they have to sort of keep the drama at minimal, keep the discussions alive, but drama at minimal. And it's a very hard task to do. And for that, hats off, literally hats off to all you Facebook admins who are keeping things in line. Um, but my 2 cents on the issue, vaping needs vape drama. Without vape drama, it's going to be boring. It's going to be just like smoking cigarettes. Everyone does it. It's so normal. There's no innovation from the users, only from the brands. There's not going to be two-way communication. It's all just going to be, this is what I'm going to give you, take it or leave it, right? With sort of this two-way communication, even though sometimes it is a bit hostile, it's not always civil. There's always an exchange of ideas. There's always a back and forth between manufacturer and user, between groups of users, between groups of manufacturers even, between industry mates, between YouTube reviewers, right? And I feel that without vape drama, the vape scene is going to be really, really dry. My only sort of advice is try not to get embroiled right in the middle of it, because that can be a very sticky place to be in. But fuck it, right? It is what it is. On a lighter note, yes, there's a lighter note. On a lighter note, something that I've recently started getting into is experimenting with temperature control. Like I showed you earlier, I have purchased some Sweet Spot Vapors TI wire. I've also tried some SS wire. This is 316L grade SS wire. To varying degrees of success. What really threw me off temperature control back in the day was that nickel was so friggin' flimsy. You had to do like 20,000 loops to get your attitude fire properly, and it was a fine line between too low and too high. But I guess what really threw me off was the sort of numbers. As a Kantal user, you're used to having 0.8 ohms, 0.9 ohms, 1 ohm. But when I switched to nickel, it was like you're targeting 0.02 ohms or something crazy like that. And that just didn't sit well with me. SS316L is very similar to Kantal. So when I'm making a call with 28 gauge, I can sort of gauge myself by knowing the resistance I'll get with Kantal. If I did a 5 rep on a 2.5 mm, I'll get 1.0, 1.2-ish. On SS, it will drop by maybe 10%. So if I needed 5 reps to get 1 ohm, I will need 6 reps to get 1 ohm on this. What's new is the titanium wire, especially the Sweet Spot Vapors titanium wire, which I understand is different from titanium wire out there. The same general rules apply, no dry burning, no this, no that, but you can use it on more devices. You can use it on Mac mods, you can use it in pure sort of wattage mode, and you can use it in temperature mode. I've actually purchased a Dicodes 2380 just so I had more options of playing with temperature. So right now I'm using this. The SXJ V2 also uses temperature control, gives you a lot of options. But the DNA 40 is rather limited in a way. So a great thing, SSV works on DNA 40. You just have to drop it by 100 degrees Fahrenheit, I'm told. And so far it's been working really well. Really, really well. What I'm going to look forward to next is playing with DNA 200. I'm going to try and secure myself a DNA 200 box just to experiment and to see how the e-scribe works, how all the different sort of wires work differently on that device too. And hopefully, it's going to be an ongoing process for the rest of this year. I'm going to sort of learn more about temperature control, so I get more educated myself and to share sort of the pros and cons with you guys too, right? What else do I need to say? Well, a quick look at the time. I think I've been going on for about half an hour, which is pretty long. It's pretty long. So I'm going to cut this off right here. Quick reminder, what's coming up this week. I'll be doing a bit more in depth on the Musa. I know I went quite detailed already just now as it first looks, but I'm going to talk a bit more about this week. I'm going to attempt to get a nice build video for the Zephyr. And what else? Who knows? I might even throw in a MK3 build video. But tell me what you want to see. If you want to see an MK3 build video, let me know and I'll get that done, right? Last words before I sign off for today. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I promise you there's going to be much more content coming up soon, whether it's builds, whether it's reviews, whether it's random musings like this. Join me on Facebook, facebook.com/vapingwern. We are always open. It has been a bit quiet recently, but again, that's looking to build up soon. And also I'm on Instagram. Look for Vaping Wern. Right? So that wraps it up. I'm done. See you guys.